I'm just gonna stare at you until you stare at me. Just better turn the volume down. Yeah. Come on. Don't look at my nipples. Hey, buddy. Hey, people. What's up? Rocky and I are sitting here talking. And he and I are like, allies. Aries. Very good. Oh, yeah. Introduction. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to do something. That's what I'm talking about. Discover more peoples. Rocky, stop. Oh, shite. 174,992. Excuse me for a second. I have to turn on my do not disturb. Here, take a look at my dog. Actually, come here, buddy. Show him your face. So, unfortunately, his lipomas have gotten bigger. Or his papillomas. So he's got 4 of them now. Hold on. You guys have been awesome, dude. You guys have raised $425 towards his... Sorry. But you guys have raised $425 towards Rocky, which I really love. You guys are awesome, dude. I love each and every one of you, except for that one guy. You know that one guy. That one guy who's an asshole. I hate that guy. Why are you standing there like that? You just paying attention to me, or is it because I rubbed one out just a minute ago? Huh? Huh? What's up, buddy? I like dogs. Dogs are awesome, especially this one. He's my service dog. And if he winds up having cancer, I'm going to get angry because then I'll need to get my service dog a service dog. Isn't that right? Uh-huh. Yep. You betcha. No, I'm just kidding. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Rocky's a good boy. Look at that smile. I would rob a bank to take care of this motherfucker. He's my dog. He's my dog. He's my dog. He's my dog. Joe, help pay for his medical. You know, you'd think that because he's my service dog that I'd be able to, like, put him on my insurance, but I can't. Cody, what's up, dude? Hey, Nukem Dukem. It's actually been a long time. Haven't seen you in a while. Also, if you do it through the GoFundMe, we get the money sooner. Cody, what's up, dude? Hey, Rocky, I kind of got to do a live stream tonight, okay? All right, can I do my thing now? You okay, buddy? All right. That's the opposite of you going and just relaxing. Do me a favor, buddy. Go lay down for a minute. Go on. Go lay down. Go on, buddy. Play with your dog thing. He eats those bones like they're nothing. All right, so really quickly, this showed up today. It got lost in the mail. Thank you to Clinton. Dude had this hat made for me. Look, it says Rocky and Jimmy, the dog father. Dude's freaking awesome, man. Thank you so much for this, man. I'm sorry it didn't get to me until today. Apparently the post office lost it, but dude, super awesome birthday gift. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate that. And Gary's wearing it. Come on, Gary. Hey, Gary. Come on, Gary. You gotta be a team player. There you go. Gary's wearing the hat. I guess a wall tour. I rearranged everything again. Put the Ruger right there. I love when dudes argue with you. Some dude was trying to tell me that's not the original grip for a Ruger. What a doof. I kind of made a CZ style section up there. Put a couple of SIGs there. You know, a couple of SIGs over there. Do 1911s on that side. That, hold on a second. It's, okay. Yeah, you got to make sure guns don't lean the wrong way. What's up? Nobody talking all of a sudden? Nobody wants to talk to me? I see how it is. 43 of you, and you're all ignoring me. What do you believe a person ought to do to live life well, not simply for material needs, but to live a life fulfilled? Honestly, the discerner is you need to live your life not just for yourself. You need to live your life not also in service to others. You need to find a balance. You need to take care of yourself, but you need to take care of those you care about. You know, Rocky is the only person I care about. I don't care about any of you. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's one of those things. Like my buddies, my dog park buddies that are actually like real friends now, we're all the same way. Like we take care of each other. Like they take care of me more than I take care of others because I'm freaking disabled as fuck. But I'm trying to frame the video here. There we go. All right. But since I'm so disabled and I can't do everything by myself, what's the new thing up there? What new thing? There's nothing new up there, buddy. Yeah, that doesn't smell good. Is that the same operator? Yes, it's the same operator I've had for a long time. Did you sell 3/4 of your gun collection? No, I sold about 30% of it, though. What kind of pistol is the one with the red handle right next to the YouTube award? That is the Fusion Firearms XF Pro. It's an all-steel 9mm. Up top of the reward on the left side. On top of the reward on the left side? No, that's the Derry Arms DY9. You have opinion on aftermarket pistol barrels? Yeah, they're fine. 90% of barrels are fine. Most of us will never outshoot a barrel or shoot out a barrel. Most of us, don't look at me cross-eyed like that. Don't be angry. I spent 19 and a half hours of the last 20 hours with you. But most of us will never put enough rounds through a gun to damage the barrel or wear out the grooves and lands unless it's really shitty. But I put a couple thousand rounds through Palmetto State barrels and they're fine. Sleeping man with itchy butt, wake up with sticky finger. Also, baseball is wrong. Men with 4 balls cannot walk. Looks like a rifle. I'm slow as hell today. Oh, that is the 37mm grenade launcher. How is the DY9? Looking to cop one. It's actually really good, my friend. It's a Gen 4, Gen 5 compatible Glock clone. So unlike all the other ones, like the Ruger RXM, which is right there on top of the computer, and a few other ones on the market, the PSA Dagger, the Daria can use Glock 4, Gen 4, Gen 5 parts. Okay, I don't understand that whole sentence. Any Mucklemizers around? No idea, never looked for one. Do I have a Draco? Nope, I don't like Dracos. What is your favorite Glock? One that's on fire and rolling down a hill in the back of a truck filled with other Glocks that are also on fire and rolling down a hill because then the company loses money. Christopher, what's up? Life is like a roll of toilet paper. The closer to the end you get, the faster it goes. Oh. That's not my experience at all. If we're going to use that analogy, life is like a toilet paper. Mine's single ply and doesn't tear when you want it to. How do I feel about Canic? Are they better than Glock? That is some wicked spelling you got going on there, man. Nothing is for sale there, bud. How much money did you spend on guns? Don't know. Because the money you spend on the guns is the tip of the Spenberg when it comes to guns. You will spend, if you're an active like participant in the sport, you will spend 10 to 15 times more money on ammunition and accessories per gun than you ever did on the guns yourself. So I have a pair of ordnance that has 8,000 rounds of 45 ACP through it at 50 cents a round. That is 4,000 rounds. So you're talking, or $4,000. The gun cost me 600. So nearly 8 times the money just in the ammo. Why do you not like Dracos? All right, you take a 7.62 by 39 firearm that was designed for a 16-inch barrel. You cut the barrel down to under 7 inches. You take the brace off of it. You've now made a 30 caliber weapon that is almost impossible to shoot accurately from this position. Why would you take a mediocre accuracy gun and make it completely inaccurate just so it's smaller? That's absolutely stupid. It's the dumbest thing you can do with a 30 caliber weapon. All you're doing by taking an AK and turning it into a Draco is wasting your money. You may think it looks cool, it's functionally stupid. If there was a short bus for guns, the Draco would be the one licking the window. Do you like the Holosun MOS that fits a Glock directly without a plate? They're gonna go on that route since I got an MOS slide. I don't know which Holosun does that. Which one is it? Favorite Walt handguns, P99s. What about 5.56 ARP? 5.56 ARPs are fine, but if you're gonna go with an AR pistol, go 300 Blackout. 300 Blackout was designed to run in a 7.5 inch, technically under 8 inch barrel suppressed. Whereas 5.56 loses a lot of velocity. You have to compensate by running max velocity rounds or hyper velocity rounds. And even then, you're only getting like to 2,500 feet per second, so you're losing a lot of power. Is that a 357 Magnum revolver? Yes. Do you like Glocks? No. The Holosun SES, got it. No, I don't own switches. Switches are illegal by federal law, son. So why would I own one? Any Desert Eagles? No, sold mine. All my friends liked using my guns, but they never liked paying for ammo. Although to be fair, like I would never ask them to replace like 9 and 45 and stuff. So I guess when they started mag dumping $5 a round Desert Eagle ammo, they didn't give a shit. And I'm talking COVID pricing. Don't worry about federal law. Let's go ahead and do this with you, bud. What about the FRT trigger? What about it? I don't care. It's a waste of money, man. FRTs and switches, all y'all that think they're cool, go and put 100 rounds through an FRT or through a full auto switch Glock and see how many of your shots are on target. You are much more likely to be accurate with semi-auto fire. So yeah, you may be throwing 100 rounds downrange, but if only 6 of those fuckers hit the target, you're stupid. It's suppressing fire only. You don't use a switch or an FRT in an offensive capability. Those are designed to be defensive. Glock can suck my dick. I got a shout out to Carrie wanting to try a red dot. What would you recommend, or just stick with irons? Train with your irons. Get good with your irons first. Then you can move to any of the red dots. If you already dropped the money to get a carry, get a RMR. Trijicon RMR. Extremely reliable, extremely tough, extremely resilient, and honestly, compared to like that EPS full size that's on the RXM, they're almost the same price. You might as well go with the Trijicon. I don't care for either, just curious. Who am I? That's like what my grandma used to yell all the time. Are you my grandmother, Candace? What's a shittier company, Glock or Staccato? Glock, because Glock has stated perfection. Staccato is trying to pretend they're Nike when they're actually Shaq's Walmart brand. Glock is adamant that they're Apple. You have all those guns. For what? Why do I have to assume you have a Hummel figurine and uranium glass collection? You think there will never be a situation when suppressing fire is needed? I can tell you with almost certainty that no fucking moron on this planet has ever needed suppressing fire when they were in possession of a switch. Because they're the fucking morons trying to commit the offenses. So no, you will never be in a situation where an FRT will be required for suppressing fire as a civilian. And if you ever are, congratulations, you fucking live in Atlanta, Georgia, or Chirac. I don't recommend pistols for beginners. I don't recommend any gun to anybody I don't know. I can tell you what guns are reliable. Yes, Glock is reliable, but they're shitty. The company sucks, and in fact, the fucking new Glock V's suck. But M&Ps are a great gun. They're reliable. Canics, Walther PDPs are great guns. CZ's P10 line, very good for first-time shooters. Elliot, I literally just expressed the fact that I think semi-auto is more accurate than full auto, and I don't get into defensive situations, so... 10mm versus 44 mag for a Woods gun. That is personal preference. Either will do the job. 44 will have more power, but 10 will be going faster. Man has a right to own as many guns as he wants. Yeah. I have a stroke reading these comments sometimes. It's weird that I'm actually able to read them as fluently as I can these days. I thought a switch is illegal. Yes, they are. Thanks for saying that about Glocks. Okay. Bentley Ferguson says, hi. Hello. Best antique handgun made before 1940. Toss-up, Browning high power or traditional 1911. Beretta 92 is sick with the wood grips, limited edition. No, they're Beretta grips, but they're sold through Beretta's websites. The gun itself is the 92 FS Inox Ghost. It was sold from like 1989 to 2016, so not really limited. Don't know what that trend is, crazy girl. Late happy Thanksgiving, Atlanta. I was a police officer in the bad old days. So you know what I'm talking about. Best revolver. In my opinion, the Ruger GP100. It's my favorite. It's a .357 revolver. It holds many rounds of .357 Magnum that will help you out of a situation. And you don't need a fucking FRT or a switch for it because, you know, real fucking men don't spray into innocent people. How's Rocky doing? He's hanging in there. The things in his mouth have gotten a little bit bigger. He has an appointment on the 8th. Hopefully we'll get them taken care of. The revolvers come with heavy triggers. So when you buy a revolver, typically they are double action, single action, or single action only, or double action only. If it's a double action to single action like the Ruger GP100, the first pull is traditionally 9 to 11 pounds on a lot of DA SA guns, because they are designed heavily on purpose for the purpose of carrying it. If you go to single action mode, you can drop that down to like a 2-pound trigger. And you can tune them just like a semi-auto. What do I think about this 7-shot GP100? Haven't put my hands on it, but wow, that's tart. But yeah, I'd be fine with it. I like the GP100 just in general. My favorites are the GP100 and the SP101. Crazy, why'd you retract your statement? I want wood grips for my PPKS. A small Dan Wesson revolver with the rail? Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my legs elevated. So I have to sit back. All of y'all need to hit the like button. I refuse to answer your questions until you do. Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer. Oh, oh. Am I compensating? Yes, my penis is extremely large, and the gun on the other side helps balance me out when I walk. I have to stick it in my butt when I get an erection, though, because I'm a little worried about them being a little thinner. About what? The cylinder? As long as the cylinder lines up with the barrel, the pressure is not an issue with the cylinder walls. I'm a fan of the 38 Kimber. They're pretty good. Braveheart. Yeah. For you and the fur baby. Thank you. Appreciate that, James. How you doing tonight? Grayson, what's up? Lovely singing. Thank you, Stone. So you loving that high point? That high point yet? The high point that you pointed, that you high pointed. Fe, what's up? How you doing? How's the foot? I don't know. You tell me. What's the most durable coating for handguns? Stainless steel. Hello. Opinion on the Kimbrough Micro 9 Crimson Carry. So the Micro 9 Crimson Carry, they have an articulated trigger, so it's technically more like a Colt Defender or a Browning, so they're okay. The trigger on it sucks. No, I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just not in a great mood. Shoot it suppressed. Where do you feel the blowback? You can put your 45 can on it. What the fuck happened to the foot? I kicked an airplane once. The Orthos Joker. Orthos makes some crazy stuff. Still pretty fucking bad. Pack the hug up and send it to me like this guy did with the hat. What's up? The gun wall looks full and robust. It's actually not. I've sold off a bunch of guns. At one point, the most guns I've ever had on these two walls was, what was it? That one night when I had 41 guns up. So like there's only one inside of the computer right now, and then you got the rest around it. Most definitely doing that. Yeah, dude, it'll be funny. The blowback on it is insane since the blowback operated. The CZ clone that Stone bought from you looks great. What country makes them? No, so Stone didn't buy a CZ clone. He bought an actual CZ75B from me. No, I'm not going to tell you guys a story on the foot. Sorry. It's also the same color as the case, MC, so it's actually camouflaged. Also, my arm is blocking it. Sorry. Chris, what's going on? Love the guns. Thank you. The Thack. Oh, the SAR. Oh, I apologize. I apologize. I totally forgot about that gun. That is SAR Shamal's. That's out of Turkey. That's the K2 45 ACP. My apologies. Honestly, Stone, I forgot what I sent you. I don't know who has what guns. Can't wait to get my hands on my gun next week. The foot was an ND, wasn't it, bud? Well, that would be awkward because it would have to be two of them. Is a Para Warthog still being made? No, Para Ordnance went out of business in 2016. So it hasn't been made in 9 years. Technically, if you look at Rock Island's BBR 3.1, it is built on Para Ordnance tooling. They bought Para Ordnance's tooling, so it's literally identical to a Warthog. Did you shoot your foot off? If you tell us a story, we can learn from you. There's nothing to learn from me, bud. It's a chronic illness issue. Hey, Joe, it's Christian. Yep, both asleep. Just thought I'd drop in. Beth's asleep. Hey, what's going on, dude? That's what happens when you carry 2 320s. I'm also a eunuch because I used to carry 3. That's a badass PC, thank you. Why do big gun tubers keep saying the CZ Shadow 2 Compact has a low bore axis? Doesn't it? So here's the thing. They keep confusing low bore axis with low slide impulse. So if you look, and I've done this many times, you can go on my fucking channel. There's a short that says bore axis is a lie. Let me look it up. I'm not going to play it with sound, but you can see it as it plays. I take a 1911 and a CZ75, and I demonstrate that the 1911 actually has a lower bore axis. The bore axis is the height of the barrel over your trigger finger. It has nothing to do with the slide geometry. The only big thing that the slide geometry has to do with is because of the inverted rails, you have a continuous rail that's technically embedded in the frame, so it doesn't move as much. Oh, in fact, I did it with the Shadow and my, here, look. Hold on. So that was my Tactical Sport Orange before I gave it to fucking Stone. But yeah, so you can see the slide is open on the Tactical Sport Orange. And you can see the slide is open on my Night Stalker. And when I put the two together, eventually, come on, fuckhead. Anytime, Joe. Anytime. All right. So when they're actually facing each other, look at the 1911's trigger versus the CZ. The trigger is actually higher on the 1911 than it is on the CZ. So that means the bore axis is actually lower on a 1911 than it is on a CZ. So anyway, oh shit, I just broke my tripod. Hang on a second. That's an interesting way to break it. Hold on. There we go. My dog locks what you got. Yeah, I learned it from your video. Others keep confusing me. So that is a problem you run into with people. You know why everybody keeps on saying that the CZ has a low bore axis? Because one idiot did on YouTube. My stomach won't let me see my toes. The doctors won't let me see mine. Yeah, nothing's changed. Stop asking the same questions. I knew bore axis, but thanks for the lesson in slide geometry. Yeah, so theoretically, because the slide has the full rails, it's more accurate. But let's be honest, unless you're PewView or Honest Outlaw and you shoot 40, 50, 60, 70,000 rounds a year, you're never going to really be able to outshoot any gun. So stop fucking pretending like you think you can, because you can't. Like, I am extremely, extremely accepting of the fact that I cannot outshoot any of my guns. My guns are all better than I am. 100%. Would you carry a 22 for self-defense? Personally, no, because I don't have to. Is that a dirty, hairy gun? Is low bore axis bad? No. Low bore axis is actually good. So for those of you that don't understand bore axis, so when the barrel is in line with your hand, this is a tool, by the way, Google. If you think this is a gun, you're fucking retarded. But when a gun is in your hand, pretend this is the barrel, and pretend where my finger is the trigger. The higher up it is, the more the gun will do this and shoot it. The lower it is, the more back it goes into your hand versus just straight back. Tilting. Is that a cannon up top? No, it's a 37 millimeter signal device. Is what a 20 millimeter? Worst incident I had with a gun. Yes, like the Lago Alien. Worst incident I had with a gun was when I ND'd a Tokarev TT-33 into the wall this close to my face. All of my guns can outshoot me except the Yeet. I think I'm better than that. I don't know, dude. I shot it suppressed and I was hitting it 40 yards pretty accurately. Just saying, I think it's a you issue, bud. So we want our guns to have a low bore axis. Yes, but there is such a thing as obnoxiously low. If you've ever shot a Lago Alien, Stonehaven will tell you as well. If you've ever shot more than a couple of mags through an Alien under any sort of rapid pace, that gun heats up terribly fast because the bore is literally sitting on top of the trigger. If it's too low, it's going to cause issues. You drink borax, be careful there, bud. Store's looking good. Thank you. Here's a question. What is my old 1911 shoot 3 inches low because it was made for hip shooting, or is it just as old as dirt? 1911s were not made for hip shooting. No 1911 was ever made for hip shooting. If you're consistently shooting 3 inches low, you're either acquiring your sight picture wrong or the sights are wrong. Or the sights are wrong for you. My first 3-gun match, Glock fell out of my holster. Oh, man, did you get... That's a DQ, isn't it? Thanks for the donation, brother. If it's shooting consistently 3 inches low, you're either holding it wrong or you have a sight issue. You have a website for your store yet? I have a website, I just don't have anything on it right now. I'm still working, redesigning and stuff, and then I'll start adding guns back to it, but also I really don't want to sell any more of my fucking guns, so... it was supposed to be, but no one saw. Well, you got lucky there, dude. What do I think of the Springfield Operator? Well, I have one. I think it's a good gun. I've actually had 2 of them. I used to have one that was rebuilt by Wilson Combat. I bought it off of a guy at my other store. Turns out he didn't know what he had, and I paid him $500 for a Wilson Combat rebuild. And I wound up selling it to another one of my friends for a very reasonable price. So Wilson Combat will rebuild any 1911 that you have up with like 3 or 4 different packages from just accurizing it all the way to a full rebuild. Mine had the $2,200 full rebuild package on it, and it was an operator, so it was like a $3,500 gun. Best gun advice you ever got? Stop shooting random people. People like you are monsters who made weapons to hunt people. And people like you are the reason why nobody ever takes anything serious, because you're fucking stupid and you explode and say stupid shit all the time. You're probably a sovereign citizen living on benefits. It's a 1914, so the sights are quite low. That's my only complaint, but I've never had a problem otherwise. It's a simple 3-inch hold or whatever, but it's annoying to put sights on a target and hit. Yeah, well, especially with GI styles where it's welded or kind of cut into that front of the gun. If you are shooting that low, you can potentially file down that sight a little bit more, but if it's an old gun, I really wouldn't recommend doing that. Like you said, just use a 12 o'clock hold and shoot. That's why I switched to Canic. Why do some 2011s use dual coil rings, some use single spring? It depends on who the manufacturer is and which gun they're copying. So Prodigy, Staccatos, and like the new, any bull barrel tend to use a double spring or a nested spring, whereas like Rock Island and the base model Gersons and stuff, they still used single recoil springs with a big guide rod. Operator's probably one of my favorite. Kimberly are just too much for what you get. Operator is made by Springfield, bud. What are your thoughts on the Ruger SFAR? I have some issues with mine. Sorry you're having issues. I've had very good luck with mine. I noted Wilson uses double, Nighthawk uses single. It could be because maybe Nighthawk has theirs tuned better than Wilson Combat. Wilson might be using a double spring so they don't have to hand fit the gun quite as well. Using a double spring allows it to pull the slide forward so you can have a little bit different tolerances between gun to gun to gun. Whereas Nighthawk Customs are all one man, one gun, one assembly. So they might just fit theirs much more accurately than Wilson does. I'm not cutting it down, but yes, it's welded. It shoots like a dream. Just low. I've learned to compensate. Appreciate it. Yeah, just 12 o'clock hold and go to town. All right, she. Thank you. Can I change a dual to a single? Yeah, you can change your recoil spring, your guide rod. The only thing that you really can't do is go from a bushing front to a bull barrel front. Kimbers are too expensive for what you get. Sorry, I'm drinking in the damn autocorrect. I mean, they've dropped in price quite a bit, though. I mean, yeah, some of them, like the Rapides, are very expensive, but a lot of their standard versions, like the Aegis, is $1,000 gun. It has front strap checkering, back strap checkering, bobtail, fucking optics cut and shit for like $1,000. That's actually pretty solid. The thing you have to consider with a Kimber is up until just recently. So up until just recently, they were having problems with their quality control. They were shipping guns that had issues, stuff like that. However, they were still using really good materials. They just weren't finishing the guns correctly. So what the answer is a little convoluted. You need to buy a Kimber knowing you're going to have to work on it. But knowing that you're going to have to work on it, you don't have to buy parts. You just have to finish the gun. So it's kind of like building an 80%er, but paying a lot of money. That opens up the SFX9 to me. Nice. You're welcome. I want a drink. The 2K11 Kimber is nice. I thought they were making one. Maybe they'll introduce it at Shino. Shit. Some of the items from my favorite are in stock. Oh, look, they got the Optics Ready DWXs back in stock. Fuck you. The Windicator. Those are actually fun. Oh, the STK 100. I need to order one of those. Holy shit! Knowing that I might reconsider a few of them. Yeah, I bought Metallica's whiskey and it's freaking good. I didn't know Metallica made a whiskey, dude. They do make a compact version. Just came out. It's got a 4.25 inch bull barrel. Full size grip. I know everyone has QC problems every now and then. Damn so calm. Do they say how heavy it is? No. But considering that it's got a polymer frame, I would probably say it's not going to be too heavy. Paul, what's up? Give it to Mikey. He eats everything. He likes it. Mikey likes it. No, yeah, the Kimber 2K11s have polymer frames for the most part. Beth just woke up, I think, said, "Hey, Joe," and back to sleep. So there's that. Hot. Kids, I guess it's 30. No, it might be probably. I can't pick up mine polymer frame guns on screen, but yeah, they're not too heavy. Hello? McManus says he likes his 2K11. Yeah. At some point, I told him I'd send him the Match X so he can compare them, and then he's going to send me the 2K11 to shoot. These Chile grips. Chiles. I checked it out. It's only 2 ounces heavier than polymer. Yeah, it's because it's aluminum. Aluminium. Brookside, what's up? How's it going? Pretty normal, pretty average, pretty is. What does pretty bird. Adios, Alicia, and Rocky the Best. Grayson, thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Your donations are huge. Thank you for signing up over on Twitch. Also, all you mother fathers, go over to Twitch. Use your Amazon Prime. Subscribe to me. I need to get to 50 before I can become an affiliate. I'm at 16 right now. Go over to Twitch and just fucking sign up. I just need followers. I don't need subscribers. So literally, go to twitch.tv/The Jimmini Show. Just fucking follow me over there, guys. If you guys do that for me, I can get monetized over there. If I get monetized and the ads over there, I can do actual gun handling content. I can disassemble firearms. I can show you what to look for and shit. I can do that on Twitch. I cannot do that here. So if you want some hands-on gun videos, go sign up at Twitch and let's get it over 50. Do I have a Mark 23 SOCOM? No. Do you have anything to say about NC Star Mill Dot Optics? Yes, I spent 2 hours trying to zero one in, and it wouldn't hold zero, so I no longer play with NC Star. Between the Gerson 2011 and the TSOS BR9, which would you recommend? Also, what did you have on your TSOS again? The BR9 had no mods. In fact, I wound up selling it because it was completely stock. I'm getting the DS Comp, so I sold the BR9. Between the two guns, they are completely different setups. So I need to get the Mac 9 double stack comp to really compare the guns because I prefer the Match X as it sits because it's got the giant single port comp on the barrel. The Night Stalker down there has a lot of similar modifications to it that the Match X has, but even still, I'll go with the Gerson. Brookside, I will for a favor in a dark alley sometime. You got it, brother. I am down, Nukem. I will be there with my trench coat and those little suspender socks. You know, the ones that have like a garter that goes up your calf and holds up your socks, but they never work, so one's always down around your ankle. Just found one in a box. I forgot I had it. It's way off zero. Should I even go for it or just let it rest it? Let it rest as a box champion. NC Star has gone way downhill in my opinion. Yeah, I had a kid bring me an AR pistol and he was like, "Can you zero this for me?" Number one, this douche nozzle mounted the optic all the way at the front of the barrel and asked me to leave it there. So his eye relief was this far from the end of the barrel, and then he didn't tell me that he was bringing me a fucking SBR because it had a stock on it. So I had to take the stock off and zero it with no stock. Just follow. Thank you. Top Hat guy, what's up? What do you have? What do I have on my Gerson? The Gerson has been completely rebuilt. So I took it down to the bare frame. I had it refinished by Taylor's and Company. They reblued it. I had it sandblasted, reblued. The internals is all Wilson Combat. The only thing that isn't rear Wilson Combat is the rear main spring because I adjusted that to my liking. It now has a 1.9 pound trigger. Yeah, somebody played too much Call of Duty. Stone is literally ignoring me, and that motherfucker is playing Kingdom Hearts right now. Hey, how's it going? Just got home after working an 11-hour shift. Online holiday shopping make me dislike modern consumerisms. Yeah, I don't really do much shopping either. You know what I do for my family and friends for holidays? I send them money. I give them money so that I don't have to try to think of shit that adults want. Dude, I don't like picking stuff for kids. I don't like picking shit for my dog. You know, we spent 20 minutes in the dog aisle the other day trying to get him to pick a toy. I'm not ignoring you. Yeah, right. Everybody ignores the JoJo. It ain't so, Stone. No, Stone has always been one of my biggest supporters. Money is the best gift. I do the same. Yep. People are going to be really mad at me this year because I'm making handmade cards and giving them all Jimmini Show shirts. By the way, I'm working on getting those made, so if you guys want a hoodie or a t-shirt, it's $45 for a hoodie, $25 for a t-shirt. If you order it soon, he's going to get them started, and then I can get them shipped out. Don't know if they're going to make it for Christmas at this point, though. People don't want to sit there and pre-order, so that's fine. I'm working out a deal with them, but when I have them in the store, they're going to be $55. Yeah, no one cares anymore. Pretty much. Up to what size? I'm only going to have a couple of 3X and 4X. One 3X is spoken for, one 4X is spoken for. It's very expensive to make hoodies, and I'm trying to save up to get my dog in operation, so I'm trading assets to get some shit made. So this is going to be a very limited run. I'm going to have like 20 available of each at first. If they sell out, then I'll do another run. But I'm going to have 8 extra large, 8 double XL, 2 triple XL, 2 quadruple XL. Bought a handheld game just to play Kingdom Hearts. It's my favorite game. Yeah, I can't just save them, man. I'll put up when they're available. I'm giving everyone ramen soups this year. We just followed or whatever on Twitch. Thank you, guys. Yeah, and if you have Amazon Prime, you actually get a free sub every month. You can donate that to me as well. We need a schmedium. Sorry, I can't just make 80 different t-shirts. So here's the thing. Everybody asked me for just a regular large t-shirt, the Jimmini Show t-shirts. You know how many I sold? 1. Everybody asked me for an extra large. You know how many I sold? 2. I've been wearing the extra larges. This is an extra large. I'm not fat. I just have turkey neck because I used to be fat. So I have to make the sizes I know can sell for now. If I take custom orders, then it's going to be a much longer process. We need to make Joe the Asmongold of guns. That would be funny. But problem is I don't do React videos. Asmongold has created a niche for himself being a content mill for like reaction and, not a content mill, but he's a content maker doing reacts because gaming kind of fell off the market. And nothing against Asmongold. Asmongold, Moist Critical, Charlie, the guys that do it, whatever, do what you got to do. That's cool, but I will never be a reactor. If I react to anything, I'll react to my own videos. I will never react to somebody else's videos. I'm not saying he sucks. I'm just saying that's what he does. You know why they do those kind of videos? Because they make money. And they make money without making content. So if I take 80 clips off of YouTube, I clip 80 people's shorts and shit. And I compile them and I go, haha, look at this guy, got kicked in the nuts. Oh, he got kicked. Oh, he's not going to walk right tomorrow. I could get hundreds of thousands of views, but there's no creativity in that. There isn't. Now, if you got like 4 or 5 people sitting around watching videos and then they're all talking to each other, that's kind of a react. But one guy watching somebody else's content and then reacting to it and making money off of somebody else's content, I don't do that. Can you recommend a gun safe, or do you only do guns? No, I use Winchester electronic safes. You can use Canon, Liberty. Yeah, Liberty got in hot water for giving away codes, but they were also giving codes to an ATF agent that had a warrant for a person's house. So they thought that the ATF also had a warrant for the code. We can blow it all out of proportion, but yeah, that is basically what happened. I'm amazed how much React dudes make. Also, the dudes that just compile other people's videos and put them on YouTube, man, and they still get monetized, pisses me off. Don't be that guy. I have no intention. Pistol Pete, let's go! I don't know what this is, but this is your new thing, okay? It's like a corset, okay? It's a corset. What's up, dude? How you been? That's it, okay? This is the new symbol for the Jimmini Show. It might be a gang sign in, like, San Diego or San Bernardino, but it's a gang sign. Lycan! What's up? Okay, I will do that. Yay! Well, I guess I said hey to you in my sleep, lol. I followed you on Twitch. Thank you! So, Pete, if you didn't see, man, if you do Twitch, I do Twitch now, so go and help me out, dude. If you follow, I got to get to 50 followers so I can become an affiliate and get ad revenue. If I ask to see a pistol off the wall, can you show us? No, because you can't touch guns on live streams on YouTube, which is why I'm trying to grow my Twitch streaming. Also, I do VR gaming over there. Sunday, I did a 2-hour live stream where I just kind of ran around doing stupid voices and stuff. It was like fucking SpongeBob hits the island. Is it in your bio? It's just twitch.tv, the Jimmini Show. Same as my name. When is the next Twitch stream? So I'm thinking I'll do it 3 times a week. I don't know if I can do it every day. I can do it every day, but I don't know if I want to do it every day. I don't have Twitch, but I'll open one for you. If you have Amazon Prime, you can just like it through Amazon Prime and follow it through Amazon Prime. What's up, Mr. Oompong? Didn't SIG sell one of their pistols with a small safe? Yes, the SIG 365 Rose. It was the Lena Michalik edition. It was for breast cancer awareness, and Lena Michalik was associated with it. Like and subscribe to this man. Also, go over to Pistol Pete right now. I don't care. Abandon me, you fucks. Go over to his channel and subscribe to him. He does live streams. He does longer live streams than I do. He does more consistent live streams than I do. This motherfucker should have more subs than I do. So get over to Pistol and sign up with him. What do I think about the Smith & Wesson CSX? The CSX, I don't like the first version of it. The E has a much better trigger. Problem. Already scrubbed the Pistol Pete worldwide, wide. Nice. No! Jimmini is GOAT. Hola. Glad to catch you this time. Okay, la. I'm not the GOAT. I'm just the dude that got fucking lucky. I did a couple of shorts videos that have, you know, I actually have like 60 videos that have over 1 million views. I got lucky back when shorts were just taking off, and I got a few good ones, man, and that's why I grew my audience. Now, it's taken me over a year to get another 80,000 subs, so I'm trying to get to 200K. We're not doing it this year, because it's beginning of December and we're only 188,400. So, all y'all that helped though, like, subscribe, all that shit. Liking the video gives YouTube a reason to keep promoting me, and that's always been a problem with gun tubers, especially now when Google is like adamant about not promoting us. Matthew, what's up? Is Yankee Hill Machine's AR-15 lower better than an Anderson lower? Here's a secret. 4 companies make all the lowers for U.S.-based manufacturers, so no. A lower is a lower is a lower unless you're going for something specialized. The only way that a Yankee, Hill, Marshall, whatever the fuck it is, will be better is if it's fully reinforced. If it's fully reinforced, then yeah, it's better than an Anderson. But if it's just a standard T20, T70, 76, or 70, 75 aluminum, it's the exact same thing as an Anderson. Fucking Diamondback makes Daniel defenses lowers. And Daniel defenses are nearly $3,000, so. What is the riskiest guns to own, like, law-wise? That is a very hard to answer question, man. Depending on you live, the municipality, things like that. A threaded barrel is extremely risky to own in California. You get caught with a threaded barrel, you can get in trouble. Not just luck. I do like your format, kind of a sit down, chill, and just straight BSing just for fun and pass the time. I appreciate that. So if you go over to the long form side, you'll always see that side is completely different from the live stream and the shorts. When I do the long forms, I do it as somebody who's trying to give you information when you're trying to buy something versus the other stuff. Where can I find your Twitch? Go over to Twitch and type The Jimmini Show. I have to add it to my bio. I guess I'll do it right now. Hang on a second. Go to the channel. Go to the channel. Go to the channel. Go to the channel. I just realized I don't know how to edit my own shit anymore. Alright. It's coming out now. Just like my booty. It's amazing. You threaten YouTube with legal action, they stop fucking with your channel. ATF is in the chat. I'm fine with that. Well, I got 2 new phones today. So I set them up. I'm going to sub to you and Pistol Pete. Nice. I'm never editing my stuff even when the wife gets mad at me when I'm teaching my kids a thing or two around the house. Nice. What 45 would you recommend as an EDC? I don't recommend individual firearms for anybody, bud. You need to go to a gun store, put your hands on a bunch of guns, and see what feels good in your hands. 1911 is my preferred inside the waistband EDC, and you can use any brand. What is your CPU? i7 14700K. I blew up my other computer. Are you one of those people who doesn't fuck with SIG? SIG is personally still my favorite. Man, no. SIG is a non-issue to me. SIG doesn't fuck with me because I kind of bashed on their 1911X that they sent me for a review because I bitched about their finish. But when it comes to their guns, I'm not afraid of their guns at all, man. I hate Glock and I hate Chiappa. I will not work with those companies. And Staccato. I won't work with any of those companies. You don't like Staccato because you can't afford it. Fuck you. Holy shit, Lycan, $25. Thoughts on CAC Industries, Knight Armaments. Been hearing their ARs are on par with Geisley, fit and finish. I've heard some people say they're better. Yeah, money is what money does, though, so keep that in mind. Like, Knight's Armament, Geisley, actually, their guns aren't as good as some people think they are all the time. You can build a gun using Geisley parts that will be better than a Geisley AR, if that makes sense. But yeah, Knight's Armament is really good if you're comparing it to, like, the Geisley. I'd probably still say that I prefer Bravo Company over Knight's Armament, though. No, the 1911X shoots great. I like the way it shot. It's just their stainless finish decolored. It, like, got a black line internally from being fired after 60 rounds. What about Smith & Wesson? What about them? Are 320 still dangerous, or did they fix them? That is a... interesting question. The fix is easy, and all you have to do is contact Sig Sauer with your serial number. If your serial number falls within the range, then they will repair it and recall it for free. In terms of fixing them all, it's a recall. You can't just say they fixed them all, but yeah, they put out a fix for it. Oh, CAC. CAC is the one that makes that stupid ass round that goes 5,000 feet per second, aren't they? I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Knight's Armament. Excuse me. Canik MC9 Prime, your thoughts? I'm looking for new concealed carry. I've heard nothing but good things. I've heard good things too. I've shot the LS and I really like it, so take an LS and put comps in it. Agreed that the 1911X is definitely not the best. I bet it's a good feeling knowing that some companies value your words. So TSOS has been solid with me. I'm waiting for them to release some new guns so that I can get a couple for the channel. Gerson has definitely stepped up. They've given me like 4 guns for the channel. Fusion Firearms did as well. Rock Island has provided samples for the channel. That one, the 5.0, came from them. Yeah, it's just, you know, some companies are good, some are stupid. You have an M&P Shield, what's your opinion? Good gun, I'd go with the Shield Plus. Take care, brother, keep it up. All right, dude, if I'm scrolling through and I see you're live, I'll come in and hang out, brother. How is it only 9 o'clock? What's a good modern AK-47 or 74 that still has the old school look that won't break the bank? Century Arms or Zastava. What do you consider breaking the bank when you consider a Kalashnikov, an actual Russian Kalashnikov is like $4,000? So if you're talking about not breaking the bank, if you're talking around $1,000, get a Zastava. Have I tried the Prime? Nope, just the LS. What do I think about the Jackal? Never shot the Jackal, so I don't have an opinion. I'm not a rifle guy, so I don't shoot a lot of rifles. Hold on, let me look at something. Lycan, if you're still here, give me a second. So I can tell you for 100% fact, just looking at CAC's lower receivers, they are much more reinforced than Anderson's. Like the ribbing around the mag well, the mag release, and the body on both sides is heavily reinforced. The rear pin area, where the roll pin goes in for retaining the rear spring, is thicker. I'm not really a fan of their trigger guard, but it's removable, so you could swap that out. And the fact that for $169 you're not getting an ambi lower, I'm a little bit disappointed in that. Let's see if their $300 one is. Yeah, see, $239 for their lower, and it's still not ambi. I'm not a fan of that. Well, I have a Shield Plus, had to check. Then you're doing good, dude. Opinion on Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 pistols. I like the line. I actually prefer the ergonomics of the 1.0. I like the enhanced beaver tail they have on them because I like beaver tail guns. Do I have the Ramjet comp on any of your pistols? No. And I know they make it for like SIG and stuff, but no. I have Harrington arms on the 320. CAC has the well, I was just looking at their lowers. But yeah, DLC. Why do I think the shooter used a 357 revolver? It was the gun he could get at the time, man. I don't know what it is about people that they think that everybody has access to everything. I have a lot of guns, sure, but people in DC don't have as much access as people think. Although it's easier to get an unregistered firearm in DC than it is to buy one. Yeah, I was thinking like 2.5 grand or 1K. That really cheap, leaving room for some attachment. There's this one guy who's an amazing AK, something like Jaeger in his name. He's an insane shot too. If you're gonna spend like 2.5 grand, look at Appalachia Gunworks on YouTube. He's a buddy of mine. He builds custom AKs. Has a BCG. Oh yeah, you already said that. You can only take one gun for the day after the nukes fall. What are you taking? I live an hour outside of DC. I ain't taking shit. I'm staying in my house. Down vent. What does the down vent do? I mean, a downward vent is fine, I guess, but I think I would just rather have a fully adjustable one. And it's made out of 7075, so it's not like it's a super rare material, so that's good. But dual ejectors, that's cool. Sand cuts and anodized. None of that is really special. I mean, it's kind of cool, though. Dirty brass. I know DC went under different rules in specific areas, and Washington, D.C. is still not considered a state. Is he from West Virginia? I know that's where the Appalachian Trail runs through several states. I'll for sure check him out. No, he's from Virginia, but you could always reach out to him. So yeah, it's Appalachia Gunworks. It's just, I'm surprised he didn't go with like Shenandoah, because we're actually in the Shenandoah Valley here. Dude, my keyboard is magnetic. Oh, it used to have a wrist rest, that's why. So Washington, D.C. has all kinds of its own rules. And, yeah. It's funny because, like, when you do your NICS checks and stuff, when you put place of birth and you put Washington, D.C., it just comes up as Washington, D.C. Oh, for sure, that's close enough to pick something up in person even. Thank you. No problem, dude. Now, if you want something custom built, if he has something in stock, you can definitely buy that. But if it's a custom build, you're probably looking at a year. But he also has an 0702, and he can remill receivers. So if you buy a demilled, he can remill it. Rocky, are you dead? I'm not going to pick up the milk bone box because it's empty and I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie to my puppy. Dude, it's a bottle of juice, dude. You don't drink cranberry juice. Also, this is 0 sugar, so I don't want to hear anything about it. Okay? That's fine. No rush. I want something nice, not fast. Got it. I think they made DC a district, so no state would have an overall influence. Or yeah, so it's under district of blah, blah, blah. All I know is as soon as you cross over into Maryland in the DC area, you go from meth to just fuck whatever. I farted. Just so you know, that wasn't my dog. My dog doesn't fart. My dog releases gas like a... You ever seen that movie Batman Returns when the floating float releases gas into the crowd? That's what my dog does. Well, well, well. That's what I said to the 3 diggers putting wells into the backyard.
Well, well, well. Excuse me, sir. Ah, that's weird. What are you doing? That's so crazy.
What the fuck? I got charged $4.99 for a subscription I didn't know I had. Ah, thank you for following me, Mr. Vegas. What do I think about the TPR-9X Argentinian gun? I've looked at it. I've never put my hands on one. It looks interesting. I like the cuts and everything on it, but I'm not a big fan of the grips. What's the pistol with the sight with the wood-colored grips above the blue grips? Huh? That one? What's the pistol with the sight with the wood-colored grips above the blue grips? That? Oh, that's a Dan Wesson DWX. I don't know. That is the Dan Wesson DWX with a custom finish. It's 9 o'clock. I usually do a wall tour. Let's do that real quick. Rocky, stay there. I got this. So we'll start by showing you my dog. Hello, dog. That's 1.6. So we've got a Beretta 92 FS Inox Ghost. You can tell the Ghost because it's got all stainless hardware and a stainless mag. That hat was sent to me by a viewer. That was freaking awesome. Look at that. It says Jimmy and Rocky, the dog father. I wish I had that much hair. Fusion Arms XP Pro. Fusion Firearms XF Pro. SIG 365 Fuse. Springfield Operator 1911 45 ACPA. Para Ordnance 1345 45 ACPA. Daria DY9 9mm Gen 4 Gen 5 compatible Glock Cloney. Man, this is the most valuable piece you got, the dog. Oh yeah, he's not for sale. $5 million, I'll let you borrow him for an hour, and then I'm going to steal him back in 10 minutes. TSOS Night Stalker, fully customized grips, internals, Fusion Firearms trigger. Ruger GP100, I decided to put it on top of the computer, because why not? Gerson Match X 2011, again, fully custom with tree bark grip. Thank you, Greg. Ruger RXM with the Sharps Brothers aluminum frame that I've chipped the shit out of because I've thrown it, not on purpose. SIG 320 X5 Legion with the dual adjustable trigger from Armory Craft. Okay. SIG X full kind of build. It started as an M17, and somebody tried to buy it off me today. He's like, "Hey man, I want that M17 fire control unit." No. So it's got the X5 trigger in it. Really decent firing gun. Kind of like CZ style guns are right there. So you got the Rock Island 5.0, kind of uses the inverted rail style. CZ SPO1 with a 6-hour optic because I took the sights off for somebody else. Gerson Influencer X with the O-Sight SE. You should check that out. The SPO1 has the Valkyrie PL3 Pro on it, which is nice. Dan Wesson DWX Canic TTI Combat. The Chris Sphinx SDP Compact Alpha. Tanfolio Witness. I took the grips off of it because I'm selling it. My Springfield Echelon. There was a guy that did a video and he kept saying Echelon, and everybody kept ripping them apart in the comments. Yeah, I like the new Echelon. My Osprey suppressor and my custom AR-15. My arm just fell asleep. Yes, hello. The 5.0 is the gun with the square barrel. I call it Square Bear. Square Bear, he cares, yeah. Have I ever had a Jericho? I have in the past. Man, I like that compact slide profile. Yeah, it's really nice. If only Chris had or Sphinx had stopped selling to non-NATO friendly countries. Um, the Jericho was the basis of the Desert Eagle because the Jericho was made by IWI and IMI, and IWI at one point owned Desert Eagle, so the Desert Eagle Baby Eagle was literally a Jericho rebranded. I had a 10 folio witness in 40 short and weak. My apologies. Hey, CW. Is it a drop down barrel or is it fixed to the slide? It's funny. The actual lockup and stuff is at the very front of the slide. So the locking block is all the way up at the front. You got to drive out a roll pin to take it apart. What did I think of it? It's kind of one of my grails, but I never shot one. It's a CZ75 with a bull barrel or a bull nose. It's a good gun. They shoot well. Hello! How's it going, Beach? No kidding. That makes a lot of sense, man. I didn't know that. Yep, not a problem, dude. So a lot of people don't know a lot of different companies make a lot of different guns for a lot of other different companies. All the Desert Eagle 1911s are actually Bull Armory. Bull Armory makes exceptional guns. What is your favorite pizza? Papa John's barbecue chicken pizza without onions. They put onions on it. I turn into an asshole. I'm going to have to look into that. Sounds interesting. Yeah, the 5.0, look it up. The most popular video you're going to find is from Such 00 because he likes to suck their asshole, so they give him all the guns. But he actually shoots it quite a bit. I got to pee. Hang on. Look at the guns. Can't even let me pee in peace, can you, buddy?
You're such a good boy, Gary. Gary. Good night, Patrick. Good night, Gary. Squidward, you can fuck off.
Well, buddy, be right there. You're acting like we didn't take a 5-hour nap earlier. You're also acting like I didn't take you to go potty 2 hours ago. You're such a baby. Who's a good boy? Dude, your claws could rip me apart, you know that? I didn't wash my hands. Hello? That is funny. I lost my own life. Not a fan of Such, but I'll suffer. Do I have a Beretta? Yes. I'm a good boy. Very good boy. Hey, you and Rocky have a good weekend. I hope the polyps haven't caused him too much pain. You seem to be doing better. I'm just ignoring shit. No, I showed my foot earlier. It's not actually doing better at all. Thoughts on Franklin Armory? I like their binary stuff. I've never actually messed with their lowers. I would assume they're okay. Thank you for the huge dono, buddy. You don't have to keep doing that, Lycan. I'll answer your questions even if you don't donate. Thank you. You're a lovely, lovely, lovely woman. Or man. I'm not a fan of nickel plated, but that Beretta is clean. It's also not nickel plated. It's a flat stainless Ghost. The SpongeBob voice kills me. Yeah, I was going to do an entire live stream like that. I started to.
Oh, this is the best day ever. We're gonna go out and we're gonna shoot everybody. Ah! Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Alright, I'm gonna head out.
Are you smiling because you farted? You farted into that fan, didn't you, buddy? You farted into the fan, didn't you? Oh, you're such a cute puppy with the farting. Now you're standing in front of the fan and you're going to fart again, aren't you? He smiles when he farts. It's really disconcerting. I have not shot the 37.
I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go out and commit a war crime. Ha ha ha! Just remember, kids, when you have an AK Alpha, you don't have to listen to anybody.
Your dog's using chemical warfare. Yes. I'd call him an astronaut again. So yeah, the 2-hour live stream I did on Sunday, it was just nothing but weird voices. You're kicking yourself in the face, bud.
Who wants to go downtown?
Yeah, there we go. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I saw your post about your store. Is it going to be a walk-in and you can browse or just special request? So there are guns in the store currently. They are out of my personal collection, so I am not selling them cheaply. But they are available. I can do special orders. I can do transfers. I can do whatever you need me to do. But I am not investing money because I have to get money together to fix his face hole and fix my foot hole. So that I don't wind up in the hospital and out of work for 3 months. What happened to the echelon? It's right up there. So it's kind of the foot which leads into the leg, my friend, and it's not doing great. It's not healing because I'm forced to walk around every day to try to make a living. Best me to it.
I don't beat anybody, Gary. I'm all for fairness. Ah!
SpongeBob, me boy. You gotta stop doing that.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Krabs. But I'm gonna go in the back and make some Krabby Patties. You don't pay me enough, so I'm gonna eat like 4 of them. Nah.
Am I wearing my boot? When I'm doing other things, yes. Currently at this moment, no, because my feet are up. Wearing the boot can only do so much. Wearing a boot just means that my foot doesn't move too much, but I already have a shit Achilles tendon, so my foot doesn't have any my stump doesn't have range of motion as it is, so I'm forced to kind of walk on the front anyways. I walk like I'm a ballerina. Am I going to put different grips on the GP100? Why? Those grips have been on it forever, bruh. I like them. No, I have no reason to change the grips. My sadness. Damn, bro, that's a lot of extra holes. Don't use things like peroxide and rubbing. How you're better off washing it with soap and water and pouring. I appreciate that, Sunset, but I have chronic problems that I've been dealing with for 15 years, so water ain't gonna cut it, bro. You think YouTube is shadow banning you? Have your appeals in relationship with them in? So I had one final communication with them where they kept doing their bullshit support staff bullshit, not actual lawyer bullshit. And I basically said I am done communicating with you, so I'm waiting for my friend to get me in touch with his friend who's an IP lawyer or IP attorney. And I'm going to have them draft up a cease and desist to tell them to leave me the fuck alone and formally request a YouTube partner. I don't know. Ivory inserts will make that thing pop. Yeah, that's not my style, man. You can do that on yours if you want. It's not my style. If I were to do anything, I'd actually take those off and put some G10 grips on it. I'd get like a big ass fucking grip for it. am I wearing my boot?
I don't even wear my underwear.
Again, not my style, man. I'm a much more modern aesthetic person when it comes to things. Stag is more of a traditional look to it. Like, I don't like those wood grips. My buddy put them on there. They're coming off, and I'm going to be putting some blue G10 grips on that. I like a much more modern aesthetic. If you look, that's why most of the guns up there have modern touches on them, and almost none of them have a traditional look to them. So I might go with like a big grip for it. I've just never bothered because I don't carry it anymore. It's funny, I had a guy insisting it was an SP-101 because it had a smaller grip on it. Yeah, I'm probably going to find like a G10 grip insert.
Oh, yeah.
Blue with stainless looks pretty good. Yep. 2 to 3 companies make BCGs. Huh? I know what a Chiappa Rhino is, and I don't recommend anybody buy a Chiappa Rhino. If you want an actual Chiappa Rhino, get a Utica, a Metaba Unica 6, which is designed by the same guy, except it was designed and manufactured under a company that actually had money. Chiappa is a bullshit company, man. I don't buy anything that they put their name on. I'm getting the black carry grips on the compact. When I buy the compact, I can't wait to get that gun, man. After that, the only thing left is a 2011. Well, I mean, it's cool that you got your goals. I also think it's cute that you think you're going to be done. Like, I tried my hardest to get my wall collection down to 3 guns because I was going to literally sell all the rest to a buddy of mine because I got to pay for his treatment and shit. I can't do it. I've got a lot of review sample guns that I really shouldn't be selling. I've got a lot of modified guns that I won't sell, and I got personal guns that I won't sell. It's at Academy Day, getting gifts, didn't see any V models, wanted to see one. So the Chiappa is not a copy of the Metaba Unica 6 revolver. It's actually designed by the same guy. The guy that created the Utica designed the Rhino for Chiappa, but then he died. So it looks like the Utica because the same guy did it. It's kind of like how the Chevy HHR looked a lot like a PT Cruiser because the guy that did the PT Cruiser went on to do the HHR. Only helped me get a large collection is I only buy guns I can use with my fucked up arm strength. I get that one. I've got guns he didn't want to sell. Yeah, but I've gotten back 2. It's amazing how hard I've had to work to get 2 guns out of your ass. You're a very shrewd negotiator. But hey, if you're going to trade me even up a high point for a high power, I'll take that high power every day, man. How do you feel about the HK VP9 SKs? I don't see much aftermarket support for them. Just go to hkparts.com, but I really don't like the SKs. I like the big full-size match. The Rhino is similar, but definitely, yeah. It's also not an auto loader. Buddy had a 60DS, and the engraining is the only thing it had going for it. Yeah. You're not getting the orange. I don't want the orange. I honestly don't, man. You modified that. That one is fully yours. I just like to give you shit. I liked it the way I had it, where I finished the sides in the stainless look. That was my design on the orange. You customized it. And I'm all for it, dude. You've got it set up for you. If I want another one, I will sell a bunch of my guns and just buy one. My favorite gun, Joshua, is the 1911 platform. Always has been. Thank you for the question. Make sure that you hit the like button, by the way. Are they real guns or BB guns? Well, technically, BB guns are real guns, too. You literally had to type the word guns twice. I also highly encourage you to listen to context and look. Install the magwell in the VP9SK and it doesn't feel too far off from the full size. Yeah. But the problem is, the minute you turn a smaller gun into a larger gun, you might as well just get the larger gun. Are you alive, buddy? Hey. I do kind of want to get it refinished in black. The blue is kind of bright. You can send it back. I'll take it over to Taylor's and have them blue it. You bought a staccato. Somebody time out Hoagie. There is no assault rifle in the background. There is simply sporting rifles. Well, why are you resting your head on a bone then, silly? Okay, that was kind of a joke, Stone. What's a good budget rifle to start with? What caliber do you want? I'd buy the HD G36 if it wasn't that expensive. Perfect weight and size for me, but I got better options. I will never, ever, 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 ever buy a new staccato. You guys can tell me I'm stupid, I'm psycho, I'm crazy, I should give them a chance. I don't care. It's a stupid hill to die on, but god damn it, I'm standing on top of it. It was 10 seconds. Gotcha. That will teach you. Buy a staccato, just buy a Glock. Can you time out Michael for 10 seconds? Can you just tell me what is a canoe? I don't know. I know where there's a canoe, it's in the river. I've seen them in person for $3K. It's stupid. Again, you can get a Wilson for the same price. Yeah, or you can get 10 Tauruses. You don't even have to reload. You just fill them all up and strap them all to you, and then you got 10 Tauri. I'm not too familiar with rifles at all, so I just kind of want to hear out what color or types are. So it's a hard thing to really do, man. If you're into hunting, get something in a 308. If you're into shooting precision, get a freaking 22, believe it or not. Some of those are super fun to shoot 200-300 yards to be precision with them. You can get 6.5 Creedmoor. You can get 6.8 by 51. Get an MCX Spear. They're only like $4,000. I would rather buy an MCX Spear than a staccato, honestly. No, I'll go sit in the corner. It's all right, Michael. Just remember, when Rocky comes over and mushroom stamps you, you did that to yourself. Love my 22. I'm an ocean huge. Rokio, 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 Rokio. So I have a doctor's appointment. Fuck, it's on Wednesday. Never mind. I was going to say, thought I had one tomorrow. I was going to try to sneak to the range. I've heard of a lot about 22 rifles. I'll honestly look into it. It's a great way to start. It really is. My poor boy, he looks like he's struggling to sleep, almost like some dumbass keeps talking in the same room. He actually doesn't respond to me when I make knob noises. He only responds when I pick things up. So we're getting close to the end of the night, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. Go over to Twitch, goddammit. It's in the bio. The Jimmini Show on Twitch. I need as many subs and followers as I can. If I get to 50, I can get ad revenue over there. If we get ad revenue, I can literally play with these firearms. I can pick them up, manipulate them, show you how they work, take them apart, show you how to modify them. Can't do any of that shit here on the YouTubes. Aren't you selling a 1022? I'm built like a 9-volt battery. Yep, when you put your tongue on my taint and my asshole, you get an electric shock. So I have a 1022 with the heat seeker chassis that I will sell for the right money. I'm not trying to sell it. I subbed on Twitch a while ago. I never got the damn notifications when you go live, though. So I only did it twice so far. I did it once, and then I did it on Sunday. That was the last time I've been live. I may go live tomorrow. Because my store isn't open Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Well, it's open by special appointment. Born to be mine. Camry in the driveway. Zero sugar soda. Lean cuisine meatloaf. And missionary sex. All right, I'll be on the lookout for the streams. I'll start putting it in the Discord more often. I wasn't planning on going live on Sunday, dude. I just kind of did. I'm back because why not? Okay. Yes, the 416 is overpriced in my opinion. Lycan, I fully believe that. It's a cool gun. Also, most of the 416 you see are built from kits. A true 416 is even more expensive than like the kits ones that you see. Like a full build import, they're like $4,000, $4,500. They're not worth that. Fuck that. It also comes down to, are you an HK whore? If you're an HK whore, then I guess no price is too much for you to pay. Yeah. The last gun I paid anywhere close to its value was the fucking DWX, and I learned my lesson. Everything from HK is overpriced. I like HK, but yeah, man. Actually, the only one I really like is the HK MP522 built by Umarex, because that's like $399. Build like a bullpup. That's right. You pull my trigger down here, you're going to get some shit coming out of this end, but it's not going to be rapid fire. The 416 are similar to the Scar in terms of the frame bolt. Isn't it like an AR-15? So it's an AR-15 that's direct. It's piston driven. It's not direct impingement. Joey, you have a good night, man. Catch you tomorrow. Yep, I'm waiting for my guy. He's getting back to me on the shirts. Yours is one of them. Your shirts are one of them. Stone is one of them. Grayson's definitely getting one, and a few other people. No, I believe the 416 still has a buffer tube. I believe it's piston driven. That's the only difference. They have a micro 416. Yeah, so the micro 416 is also built by Umarex. All of HK's 22s are built by Umarex. That's why they're more reasonable. Getting an AR-18, that was literally a point, a cheap AR-15 without the direct impingement. Yeah, you could also get, what was it, the M700. It was one of the SIGs was a piston driven. Buff, what's up? I've been expecting you. You've spent a long time finding me. Many years fighting your way through dozens of Pokemon gyms. And now you've reached me, the final boss. You're underprepared. Don't worry. I don't feel bad for you. I'll take the HK MP5 though. Your Mac 5 is better, so I'm better off with the Diamondback lower and whatever upper. Pretty much. Honestly, go over and look at Bruce Banner Precision for Pores. He runs Bear Creek Arsenal uppers, and he gets sub MOAs. Holy cockshot, Ted. Yep, I have a fixed 4 power, and you have to get this close to me in order to see clearly. And if you're not paying attention, I'll fucking pirate you. John Crump, what is up, good sir? Hey, when I type my name on other people's channels, do I get the full banner around my check mark, or am I just, like, not as cool as you? Bruce changed his name again. Yeah, he did. Don't have time to watch, though. Unfortunately, came to say hi and bye. Aw.
Bye.
You look like you like JSG. Dude, I love GSG. Are you kidding me? I'd take 4 of them because you got a chance that one of them will fire twice. Yes, you do. Gotcha. Ah, you missed being Bruce. All right, so everybody, Bruce Banner Legendary. He's adding words to his name, making it much more hard to find. So keep on typing whatever he types. But go over to Bruce's channel. He does a lot more shooting than I do, which is awesome. Yeah. That was the worst burp I've ever given myself. But it's super safety on the GSG. Did you know that you can technically cut the weld on the GSG MP40 underfolder or overfolder and unfold the folding stock they put on it? Not saying you should, I'm just saying you could. Bruce is awesome sauce. I think Bruce gets awesome sauce. Joe is still the GOAT. I'm bad. So, I've offered to do a 24-hour live stream, a titty stream, and a drunk stream. Nobody wants to see any of those. I'm trying to raise money for my dog here, guys. Tell me what I gotta do. My dog has these weird fucking things in his mouth, and I can't keep French kissing him because I'm worried I'm gonna get them. Hadn't thought of that, but I love the people that have to type out legend when they're searching for me. I want a new pistol build. Do P320 builds run the same risk as these charges? No. Do I have a top 5 states with best gun laws? No. I saw they made an FRT for the Canic TTI. What? No. Am I versed on magnifiers? I don't do much rifle shooting, but I bet you Bruce is. South Carolina is great. No permit to carry. A lot of states have no permit to carry now. It's a very cool thing that a lot of states have done, but I still recommend getting a CCW even in a state with constitutional carry, because if you don't have a CCW when you leave South Carolina, you fuck, motherfucker. Like, somebody comes down here from West Virginia. When West Virginia has constitutional carry, you cross state lines into Virginia without a concealed carry permit, but you're concealed carrying a firearm, guess what? You don't get guns no more. So if you cross state lines on a regular basis, just get a goddamn CCW. I don't want the government to have my information. If you're an American citizen, the United States of America gave you your identification. So refusing to put your social security number on a 4473 is retarded. Hi, Rocky. Oh, he's doing it. Yeah, I go between North Carolina and South Carolina, so I got them pipers. What do I do? You know optics and precision shooting better than I do, Bruce. Tell you off the top of my head, the 2 states with some of the loosest laws are Alaska and Wyoming. Yeah, they are. How's Rocky doing? Any updates? He has a doctor's appointment to check the growths on his face, but I don't have enough money yet to get him cut off. That's exactly what an FBI agent would say. As an FFL owner, I am required to answer to the ATF and have proper documentation and paperwork. Adding or withholding your social security number does literally jack shit when you're running a NICS background check. A NICS background check is conducted by your state police who use your name. They don't give a fuck about your social security number. If you were born in another country, put your social security number. It will help. If you've ever had clearances, it won't. If you or a family member has been a perpetrator or a victim of a crime, please make sure you understand that it will also delay your background check. Please watch the doors, watch your step, have a great night, and eat shit. Hi, Rocky. I'm sorry, am I getting too loud for you, buddy? Like, bro, you're too loud. I'm G14 classified. Yeah, well, I fart standing up. Was good, brothers. YouTube put you in timeout. No. But they are shadow banning me. Who do you think gave you your SSN? It's not magically yours. It's literally a number to help the government identify you for tax purposes. Yep. I always put my social security number on the 4473. Ah, you could be like my cousin and put somebody else's. That's funny. Just kidding. My cousin has never done that. What's up, buddy? Are you tired? You guys don't see what I'm doing. It looks like I'm playing with myself. I'm actually playing with the dog. Hello. Look at this guy. He's so good. He's so pretty. If you guys use the link in the description, you can help with the GoFundMe to get this shit taken off of his... Here, turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Here you go. See those? They got to come off his face. I can't afford it yet. I'll work on it. I can poop standing up. Me too. I do have access to a database of SSNs. So I have a laptop and a computer that I got from a computer recycler that came from an accountant that is completely loaded with people's social security number, copies of their driver's license, phone numbers, and addresses for 15 years of tax preparations. Someday I may have to go on the run. Just saying. Isn't that why everybody owns a dog? What, for peanut butter retrieval? That's how a movie about a cartel chasing a guy starts off. Yeah, so I've kept all those drives and I've kept those computers. I tried reaching out to the lady because it had her information on it, but I think she was like 9,000 years old and died. So I have all of that. I also have a laptop that's full of some dude's girlfriend's porn. Stone! If you weren't an honest guy, you could be living large with that. Oh, yeah, absolutely I could. I'd be the most popular freaking man boy pussy in jail. Yeah, it's always been hilarious to me. I don't want the government to be able to track me or whatever excuse. Come on, guys, don't be that naive. Yeah. Or share them for research. All right, I'm going to give you every social security number that I know of off the top of my head. Are you guys ready? 000000001. 000000002. 00. I'm done. Credit cards, then balance transfer, or just use them for cash transfers at a casino. But not you. You pay somebody else to do it. Look, man, you go do this, and I guarantee you more every day. If you take all this money, you're going to be fucked. Dude, if I wanted to be a criminal, I could be a criminal. But I like my guns. And I like my freedom. And I like my dog. And I like my dogs. And I like my friends. And I like my enemies. And I like my enemies' friends. And I like my friends' enemies' moms. That bitch is hot. Did you FedEx one of those to me? No questions asked. How am I going to do it if I can't ask you what address to send it to? Fuck that. You just stumped yourself. Ha ha! That would be better. Oh, dude. I'd make a great criminal for about 3 months until I get caught. I put the wrong address on my paper. You better not have put the wrong address on my gun.
Motherfucker.
Don't do it. Always catches up with criminals. Better to live an honest, lawful life. Take off the L. Is there a reason why most companies don't ship with FedEx? Because FedEx is shit. FedEx sucks. FedEx thinks that they're... FedEx is the ATF of the shipping world. They make up their own fucking rules. They've told me on multiple occasions, well, we can make a decision whether or not to leave a package at your front door. I'm like, does the fucking package say it needs to be signed for? No, but you're a business. Great. Is it addressed to the business? No. Well, then what the frick are you doing leaving it at the business? FedEx is terrible. The only reason I even deal with FedEx is because distributors use it, because FedEx give them pennies on the dollar deals to do shit. If you guys think way back, FedEx and UPS used to handle Amazon deliveries. 1911 or Glock. A banana. I literally never see it as an option. Oh, yeah, no. If it comes up in a list of options, I always uncheck that box. I will pay more when I sell shit on eBay to avoid FedEx. Yeah. So they had it, and it turns out it was cheaper for Amazon to just buy a fleet of trucks for 50 states in all their countries than it was to continue paying FedEx to fuck up their deliveries. W answer, I like bananas. I like bananas. I like turnips. I hate FedEx. They lost my test results for my pre-employment drug test, and I lost a very good opportunity thanks to the delay. Fuck FedEx. So a lot of shit recently. Refused to use FedEx. I'd rather take a hit on shipping. Yep. Also, Ground Advantage is usually cheaper than FedEx anyways if you use eBay. I had to call you to get your last name, but yeah, I put the wrong address. How'd you put the wrong freaking address? You don't know your own address? Don't make me drive down there, fucker. I'll do it. I don't know which lens is the camera. Also, my eyes are squinty. Thinking about buying a Wicked Wing Synergy. What is your opinions on it, if any? Never heard of it, bud. You think gun shops will ever find a way to get into the drone deliveries, not necessarily for firearms? No. Because somebody will figure out where they're coming from and take them down. It's the reason why we also don't have flying cars, because of bad people. Not because the technology doesn't work, it's because bad people will find a way to make it not work. What's your favorite gun on the wall? Favorite gun on the wall tonight is probably that one, and it's technically on the PC, the Gerson Match X. Followed by my AR-15 custom build, although that optic is coming off because I'm going to put my fixed 3 power back on it. That Beretta is pretty goddamn solid too. The wall got nicer, looks good. I mean, thanks, but it got condensed because I had to get rid of a lot of guns to try to pay for Rocky's surgery. Amazon even place for you to just go pick up your package, yep. By the way, when I get a few guns, I can send one to you to shoot. Do I have to go through an FFL to ship it to you? Yes. You are not allowed to just drop a gun in the mail. You have to go to an FFL and have it sent. What's holding back Amazon from selling guns and ammo like Walmart? FFLs. Amazon doesn't possess FFLs. Most solid wall on this app, I'll tell you why. Thank you. Gerson will be mine. I'm not sure, sir. Not that I want them to. No, so, also, it's because they ship worldwide, they deal worldwide, they deal with marketplace vendors that are worldwide, and they don't vet. What do I think about the Ruger 1022 Carbon? I've seen it. I haven't shot it. It's a 22, so it should hold up fine. It's interesting. It's always interesting to me when a gun has a carbon fiber barrel on it because, um, yeah, they heat up fast and they lose accuracy faster than a steel barrel does. Thought someone could just ship it to you since you're in FFL, but I guess I learned tonight. You can ship a gun for repairs, things like that, but you can't ship a gun that's being transferred into somebody else's name. You can ship a gun to yourself within the same state. So if you go to a gun store and you buy a gun, or a gun show, you buy a gun, you can ship it to yourself in the same state without an FFL. I want the Firestar. I'm saving up for that. I have an opportunity to get a clean Beretta 84 BB in a straight trade. Any opinion on them? What is the trade you're giving up for it? Nope, I don't watch HBO even though I have it. The only thing on HBO I watch is The Pit. It's a steel barrel with the carbon fiber shroud. I bet they get super hot. Yeah. Well, like Christensen Arms does a carbon fiber barrel, and again, after like 3 shots, it opens up and becomes like a 3 MOA gun. Dude, I went down the rabbit hole one night, and I think I can ship my own gun from out of state to myself if I'm on vacation and it's legal. Yeah, as long as you follow the rules of your 03, your CNR, yeah, absolutely you can. You just need to have a copy of your FFL with you, and you have to get the appropriate documentation. It's a UPS form that you need to fill out when you go to a UPS office. I don't have a potato launcher. You just beat Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I noticed you were playing it again. Evan, what's going on, dude? I notice you tend to log on just before I end, and I apologize. He wants my Glock 43 for his pristine 84 BB. I do that trade every day. Even though it's a 380, that should be the 380, right? The BB. I think the 84 was 380. Wasn't the 84 380? Anyways, if it's pristine, I would do that trade. I always bring my FFL stuff with me when I go out of state. Yeah, so even if you don't, you can just download and print the USPS. 80X is the new 84, isn't it? Yeah, but it doesn't feel the same. Terran Tactical is selling an MPXK for a $5,000 price tag. Yep. Is $50 good for a Sig Romeo MSR? Can you tell if it's a replica? I have to really look at it to be able to tell if an optic is a replica. They've gotten that good, but usually it's in the plastics or with the lenses that you can tell. 380, I love Beretta. Enjoy 380 as a treat every now and then. Yeah, I would still do that trade. Oh, nice. An interview for a new job in Arizona. Okay, sweet, dude. That's going to be awesome. You going to be able to bring your FFL when you move? Yeah, he should be able to because he's a CNR. CNR is attached to the person, not to a physical address. I love my single action only 80X. How would I be able to tell? I'd say, like, kind of, it's hard. Scratch the plastic and see how it reacts. If it, like, gouges really easy, then it's probably fake. But MSRs are not that expensive to begin with. So it is possible that somebody could just be dumping one pretty cheap. When you consider that a Romeo 5 is like $120 for a Gen 1. All right, guys, we are at 10 o'clock. I am yawning like a bawning. So I am going to go to sleep. My dog has abandoned me. I don't know where he went. Rocky, are you dead? Rokia? Rock. Yeah, he's asleep. So, run a shit ton of MSR optics. They're very solid. Yep, nice. Since Mouse has an FFL, can you send a gun straight to him? Yes. So should I get it? Yeah, for $50, even if it was fake, you're probably not going to be able to tell too easily. But you'll know from shooting it. The best way to tell whether an optic is fake is to shoot it. Not shoot it, but shoot with it. But look at coloring and things like that. So a lot of the fake ones, the plastic dries really fast, so they look dry. They look grayer than the factory ones. Love you, Rocky. Don't be a jackass. Good night, man. Get some rest. Have a good night. Talk to you tomorrow. Absolutely, guys. You guys are kings and queens and trannies, and I love you all. So come back for the next video. I am going to go to bed. I'm going to take my dog outside. And, yeah, things. I also have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday, so wish me luck. My phone isn't mean. Yeah, no dog. No dog. I bet you I can get the dog here. Hold on. God damn, he's tired. All right. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. You heard the box. Don't worry, I'll give him a treat. I'm not an asshole. I don't trick my dog. If you want to play with any of my stuff, let me know. I'll send it. Yeah, he will. You got to shoot that orange, man, and then accidentally mail it to me. All right, Rocky. You want to go to bed? All right. All right, guys. Did you see him? He nods. He knows how to talk.